How do you guys feel about the Dixie Carter character? When I started watching TNA, she was always the good general manager, always the good owner of the company, always trying to do what was best for the company, the fans, and the wrestlers. But now she's going down a darker path, going up against the big names of the company, Hogan, Sting, AJ Styles, and it is branching off to a bigger, better storyline, something that's probably making her more interesting, putting her in a hot spot right now in TNA. TNA trying something to add more interest to the company, but I do feel she is a bit out of character. So it's affecting my viewership of Dixie in this storyline just a little bit. But she goes on going against Sting. She says to Sting that it was almost wrong of him to make his own match when Dixie has the authority, the power, and instead of cancelling the match, she says Sting and Magnus will be facing Kaz and Daniels. But if either Sting or Magnus loses, their jobs may be on the line. Because right now, the whole storyline of Dixie seems to be everyone's careers are under review. But I'm just quite interested in seeing where they're going to be taking this Dixie Carter character next, and also what you guys think of Dixie Carter and her new character. Please let me know in the comment section below. But the match itself, ah, as much as fans want to see Sting wrestle, should Sting really be beating, going up against, and looking good against our younger wrestlers? Like, Magnus does not get the pin. He tags in Sting, and Sting takes down, I think it was Kazarian, and Sting wins the match for his tag team. I don't know. I just feel a bit off when I see Sting looking good and defeating the younger wrestlers. Am I the only one? Ever since I started watching wrestling, TNA, I've been picking up the wrestlers who I've enjoyed on the mic. And Austin Aries is definitely one of them. He's comedy, he's straight talking, and he's a great talk on the mic. When he cut the promo on Jeff Hardy on TNA by saying how Austin Aries is a true wrestler while Jeff Hardy needs the ladders to look good, I just thought that was it's right in a way. Even though Jeff Hardy's gave some great performances, great matches, his best matches have been involving a ladder. That's just who Jeff Hardy is, the high flying, the guy to watch out for when it comes to ladder matches. While Austin Aries, his performance in the ring, no matter what match he's been in, has been entertaining. And the match, they go into this match, to warm up the Ultimate X match. I felt it could have maybe done with more time, but these two were going to put on an enjoyable match. But we have Austin Aries defeating Jeff Hardy with the Brainbuster, maybe backing up what he said in his promo. But other than needing more time, it was good enough. But Samoa Joe coming out and adding himself into the Ultimate X match just because of the promo work last week where Jeff Hardy and Aries was on the mic creating this match. Samoa Joe, I guess he needs something to do because the whole Ace and Eight versus Main Event Mafia is crumbling and pretty much non-existent right now. We're starting to get maybe the old Samoa Joe back, but to get him on the card, this was going to be the best thing for him. So I think adding him is adding in a guy who once was a strong X Division wrestler, but it's got him on the card. It's another name to put over whoever wins the match. So I think it was okay for that aspect. But now the match is Jeff Hardy versus Samoa Joe versus Chris Sabin versus Austin Aries versus Manic. So the match is shaping up quite nicely. But the thing I thought about, thanks to Dixie Carter's promo in the opener, we've had Jeff Hardy and Austin Aries and now Samoa Joe creating a match. Are they going to get pinpointed by Dixie later on? Scrap the thought that man versus woman in wrestling is a bad thing, because ODB was going to go one-on-one with Jesse Goddard, whoever that is, and the only move that really happened in this match was ODB shoving Bromance's and Eric Young's face into her chest. And that was pretty much it. This match didn't really go anywhere, because out comes Lady Tapper, and straight away they're giving her the direction towards the Knockouts Championship. Well, we do need new knockouts, but who says ODB is going to be the knockout champion going on later down the line? Because later we have Brooke, thanks to Sabin's distraction, defeating Velvet Sky to get her place into a triple threat at Bound for Glory. I'm really liking the fact that we got Brooke Tess going as a heel into the pay-per-view. I love that idea by TNA. Velvet Sky, eventually her relationship with Sabin might break up, but I don't know what it is, but I'm not overly interested in the relationship between Sabin and Velvet. But as for Lady Tapper, as long as TNA continue the concentration on her, this big monstrous heel character could be a good thing going into a later championship match against a later knockout. Viewers, I would like you to raise your glasses to Bobby Roode for going to the Ego's first Hall of Fame. Hip hip hooray! Hip hip hooray! And this was comedy. You know, you expect it from Kaz and Daniels. They come out in an orange suit and a white suit. And straight away they call Bobby Roode. They congratulate him, give him a throne, a video package which has voiceovers over past promos or past segments from different wrestlers and knockouts, but used the word Bobby Roode. It was just class. Very good. But my sad thing about this is from how Bobby Roode was with James Storm. Has his character weakened and got less serious? Or are you still liking the fact that adding comedy to his character? I don't know, because having him on the mic when it was his time to speak, the question comes up, what has both men actually done? What has Kurt Angle done recently? What has Bobby Roode done recently? I feel that Bobby Roode, yes, he's been starting to do stuff. The Bound for Glory series. So you could say Bobby Roode's done more than Angle. But like I said, Bobby Roode's character is not as strong in my opinion than what it was with the James Storm feud and back then. But with all this Angle talk, Angle does return, and straight away the match is made at Bound for Glory, Bobby Roode versus Kurt Angle. So the new Ego Hall of Famer versus TNA's Hall of Famer. Who's going to win? You take your prediction right now. Since last week, Twitter and Facebook pages had been bombarding with news and with opinions on this EC3 Ethan character, aka Derek Bateman from the WWE. And as much as I want to be jumping for joy because he's got this interesting character, he's up his own arse, I don't really think that TNA are going to treat him the way that all you fans are getting excited for. He may come in and look good and ready, but that was the same thing that happened to the Funkasaurus. Or, go! You were all jumping for joy, and even this Joseph Hart character. I can name wrestlers that you fans were getting behind, they didn't go as far as you were hoping for with. And his character, to be honest, yes, Austin Aries had a strong character like that. Yes, Bobby Roode may have had too, and they've gone the far away in their careers. But I don't think Ethan, EC3, Derek Bateman is gonna do that. I want to give him good luck, but I personally don't see it. Even though TNA have not made much time for the tag team champions James Storm and Gunner, NJ here in the British Fist is going to do a little shout out to our tag team champions. Because at Bound for Glory, they're going to be defending their tag team championships against the winner of a pre-show gauntlet match. We have Chavo and Hernandez versus Young and Parks versus Kaz and Daniels versus Goddard and Robbie. And the winner of that will be going up against the tag team champions. So there we have it, a match there to determine the tag team championship match at Bound for Glory. It's just a shame that they've not had any build, any storyline, any interaction. It's just been thrown there. Only recently we've seen the Joseph Parks and Eric Young and the Goddard and Robbie little segments. That's about it. Forgive the lighting, here in the UK the weather is not so great right now, just like the main event match. Yes, TNA, you may have got Bully Ray in the final segment, but the actual match didn't give us fans what we wanted. You had the final two members of the Ace and Eights, Nux and Garrett Bishop, going against AJ in a tag team handicap match. I don't know why both Ace and Eights members could have been in the ring, which I guess in the end they ended up being there after AJ rolled Garrett up, causing the Ace and Eights to lose. But they all beat down on AJ, which brings in Bully Ray to push them back. You two screwed up, let me do it. And he gets his chain out and starts whipping AJ's legs, really causing him pain. And then you end with Bully Ray over him going, I'm going to beat you! You're going to be finished at Bound for Glory! You know, the heel coming out on top. Love it. Great stuff there. But the thing I was disappointed in, Garrett lost Bully Ray. Maybe he'll do it next week, but get him out of the Ace and Eights. Yes, that might mean Bully Ray may go against Knox for being the final member in the Ace and Eights to finish him off. But either way, I was hoping for Bully Ray to charge in the ring and then get rid of Garrett. But let's just hope that happens next week. The show overall, you gave us Bound for Glory stuff. Thank God, because to be honest, TNA, that is one of your minimal big pay-per-views you've got. But you should have concentrated on the pay-per-view a lot sooner.